Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to talk about how to make your future self your role model or your role model into your future self and how that works in making decisions much easier, make you reach your goals, and how you can make this into a future person you actually can relate to. What if I told you the most powerful role model you ever have is actually you? Maybe not the version you are right now, but the version you will become. Your future self that already lives the life you want to live and makes the decisions you want to make, already thinks the way you want to think, already has the strength and focus to reach your goals, and have the calmness you admire in others. Psychology even has a word for it: future self continuity. When people don't feel connected with their future self, they will treat the person as a stranger. That's why it feels easy to say yes to a piece of cake today if you want to have a lean six pack in the future. You are not betraying yourself. Your brain just doesn't recognize the future you as fully really you. But once you learn how to connect to your future self, everything will change. So think about this. Who is your role model, or who are your role models? Maybe it's someone close to you you admire. Maybe it's different people with different parts of them you admire. Maybe it's some famous person or someone who has a talent for something you want to learn. So, what if you turn this energy towards yourself? What if you design the person you want to be in the future, the person you admire? Maybe take all the ingredients about different people you admire and make this the standard you seek. So it's very important to make this person the real you and to relate to this person and clearly describe and design the way this person thinks, which decisions this person makes, the values, the norms, the standards, as much as you can design about this future self you want to be. Write it down, draw it. So this future self, it's not abstract, it's practical. It has a practical goal. If you want to have discipline, if you want to have clarity, if you want to get rid of a lot of mental clutter and decision making, if you want impact, you should not wait for someone else to show you what to do. You should decide it for yourself. Do it yourself. So become your own role model. Try to define what would be the future version of me I want to be. Maybe a lot of items are still the way you are. Or maybe there's one or two, or maybe a lot of things you want to tweak about yourself, which are your goal and which you didn't reach quite yet. Or the way you react, or the people in your environment that you like, that's not really aligning with who I want to be. Some habits, or can be anything, can be very small, can be a big life change. One thing, you cannot really design your future self when your head is cluttered with noise. So you need mental space to design your future self and live accordingly. And a lot of people leak energy everywhere. I describe it like this: you buy a pair of socks because it's on sale. Not because you particularly like the socks, but maybe they're practical for somewhere in the future. And every day when you get your socks out of the drawer, you put these socks you actually never gonna wear or never worn, you put them to the side. So every day, a millisecond of your attention, so your time, is going to the pair of socks you never are going to wear. This is clutter. Thinking about people you don't want to have in your life is clutter. Thinking about decisions you have to make over and over again. Like a friend of mine described that: I once made the decision never to do drugs, and I never have to wonder again if someone offers me drugs if I should take it. So it saves me a lot of mental clutter to once make the decision never to do drugs and just never reconsider this. Most of us leak energy everywhere. On decisions that don't matter, on distractions that don't serve you, on habits that cause friction instead of flow. And science calls this decision fatigue. The more choices you leave open, the more your brain burns energy. Things that you have in your environment that are just the socks that you put away. Every decision you make again, the more you focus on things that don't matter, where you focus is where your time goes. So even all these milliseconds combined is a lot of time you actually waste and a lot of brain energy you actually waste. So the more choices you leave open, the more your brain wastes energy on small stuff, the less brain energy you have left for the big stuff, the big decisions you have to really think about and which define a lot in your life. And this is why having non-negotiables really matters. So some decisions you can make once. Using drugs is not according to the person I want to be. So next time someone offers me drugs, I just already made the decision. I'm not the person who does drugs. I don't have to think about the decision anymore. So this is one thing. Decide things once. Things that are aligning with your values, with the person you want to be, and make the decisions once. And of course, you can change the wishes you have for your future self, of course. But the non-negotiables are things that align with the person that you are at the core. So I will never lie. I will keep my promise. These are the things that should be non-negotiables. And what do you prioritize? Like maybe family comes first, maybe a pet comes first, maybe work comes first. There's a certain order, like family and emergency goes before work, but family without emergency goes after work deadlines. I don't know. It's just like you have to set your priorities so you can decide accordingly. Like daily workout comes before meeting friends, for example. Like prioritization of your life makes things a lot easier to decide. And this way you automate your discipline. So you make it normal, not heroic, but just normal to do things in a certain way and to have certain priorities and have certain values. So if your value is, I'm someone who exercises 5 times a week, then this is the choice you make once, not every day when you want to exercise. So, as an example, instead of asking yourself every morning, should I work out today? You decide once, I work out on every weekday, for example. Then it's not a question anymore. You just do it every day. If things are non-negotiable, your body stops fighting with your brain and it becomes a normal. So even a normal in a sense that your brain or your body will ask for certain things if you are not doing it, because this becomes the new neural pathway, the new habit. So it becomes counterintuitive not to do it. You will miss it. And this is where this will lead. So if you say, I eat cake only on Sunday, I work out 5 times a week, then you don't ever have to wonder about this anymore. I don't say that everyone has to lose weight and work out. This is an example. I just use this as an illustration. So, example with the cake. You say, I want a lean body with a six-pack in 6 months, but today someone offers you a big slice of cake. If your future self is a stranger, you will take the cake. You know, you only live once, you don't know what's tomorrow. It doesn't matter, only one piece of cake. That will not make the difference. But if your future self is your role model, you will pause and you will think, no, I didn't agree on this with myself. I didn't make the decision to take cake. So if your future self is your role model, you will literally hand the cake to your future self and think, what will my future self think about this? Would they take it? Would they say, no, thank you, because I want a lean six-pack? Probably your future self will say, I don't need this anymore because I want to be this. So it's not even making me happy to eat the cake. So this is how you train to become aligned with your future self. It's like the voice of your future self saying, no, we're not about this anymore. It doesn't bring anything. The shift from stranger to role model will change every choice and decision you make in each moment Or maybe things you will not even consider anymore. The practical question is to ask, if you have to make a decision, when I make this choice, how would my future self act or react? I will guide you through some general questions you maybe can already start answering in your mind, and then you can start designing and thinking about your future self. I want you to reflect on this as you listen. Who do you admire most? What qualities in them do you admire? And do you want to grow into this person in some aspects? If your future self would look at you today, what would they be proud of? And another, name 3 non-negotiables you can set right now to protect your energy and focus. What kind of clutter, and I mean your attention going to a thing which is not really bringing you anything, can you quit right now? Can be digital, can be that newsletter you always delete. Make sure you never get it anymore. Can be the pair of socks you bought and were never gonna wear. Or this person you always think about calling but you actually don't want to. Or what is a task you're always putting off but think about every day and beat yourself up over? All these focus points, even if they're milliseconds, which is unnecessary, cut them because it makes you have more headspace tomorrow. And then, if your future self could whisper one sentence to you, what would this sentence be? Can be something motivational, can be something you can live by, or what reminds you of the person you want to be, or the person you are now, what you want to hold on to. The truth is, your future self is not some fantasy. It's in every choice you make right now. It's in every small, everyday choice. It's in skipping the cake. It's in doing the exercise, and every little bit makes you your future self. This is building and stacking choice upon choice upon choice upon choice, which will make you into your future self. Because nobody makes one decision and becomes a different person. It's in every micro decision you make. The more you streamline these decisions and the easier you make them, the more you consistently build on your future self. Because it's only becoming the way you want through consistency, little by little. Every priority you defend, every decision you make in favor of the person you want to be, it's building. It's all the little things that make your future self, all the stacking of all the things you do and decide and cut out of your life. Stop looking for role models outside yourself. Be the standard you seek and make your future self the person you look up to and you admire. And what I said, it's not that I imply that everyone wants to make a lot of changes. And I think a lot of people are almost the future self they want to be, but just go through it and check in with yourself and see if everything is aligned. And maybe you'll find the little pair of socks you can get rid of. Can be very small, can be very big, but it's so rewarding to declutter your brain, your decision making, and everything around you. And it's not about minimalization, it's about not focusing your attention, so not spending your time, because you can only have attention at the moment and then it's gone. So don't waste that on things, people, thoughts that are not really bringing you anything. Maybe one day you realize, and maybe that is today, that you are your own role model, or that you became your own role model. I really wish this for you. If there's any questions, just send me a message and we'll figure it out. Have a nice day.